name is Sunny. Welcome to Injury Law Experts and Law Media Inc. Today I wanted to talk about the Kim Potter and Daunte Wright trial that is happening this week. This case is involving a police officer in Minnesota who is going on trial for the shooting of Daunte Wright, who was a 20-year-old man that was pulled over by police officer Kim Potter and her officer companion. So Daunte Wright was basically doing a gas run. He was in his car one morning driving to the gas station, and he was a 20-year-old kid on his way to the gas station when he was pulled over by Kim Potter. She was a police officer, and with her was her companion, who was also a police officer. Kim Potter pulled over Daunte Wright when she noticed that his tags on the back of his car were expired. She also said that she pulled him over because she noticed that he had one of those tree air fresheners hanging from his rearview mirror. I don't know if that's illegal in Minnesota, but apparently it is. It's some kind of infraction in the state of Minnesota, so she pulled him over based on those two issues. When she pulled him over, she asked him to provide identification of license as well as proof of insurance, which Daunte Wright could not do. Upon learning that he could not do this, she went back to her patrol unit, pulled up his history, and learned that he did have a warrant for his arrest due to a misdemeanor violation for weapons possession. Upon learning this, Kim Potter went over to the vehicle and asked Mr. Daunte Wright to step out of the vehicle, and she was going to place him under arrest. At this instant, I'm not sure about the details, everything was recorded on a body camera, so everything on the body camera was presented at the trial, and this is when things got really messy and ugly. Daunte Wright resisted arrest, according to Kim Potter. Kim Potter's assistant cop moved over into the passenger side of the vehicle in order to apprehend Mr. Wright, and he sat in the passenger side of the vehicle next to Daunte Wright. Daunte Wright resisted arrest. He refused to get out of the vehicle. He was afraid. I don't know if he was afraid of Kim Potter, if he was afraid of being arrested, if he was afraid of going to jail. I don't know. At this point, Kim Potter threatened to taser Mr. Wright. She said, "I will taser you." She pulled out a black Glock gun. Now, at the time in the trial, the defense attorney, Mrs. Potter's defense attorney, is claiming that Mrs. Potter thought that she was carrying a taser gun. He is claiming that Mrs. Potter shot Mr. Wright with the taser gun when he resisted arrest, because she was afraid that if she didn't shoot him, he was going to drive off with her assistant cop in the car with him, and her assistant cop would be injured or most likely killed, in her own words. So when she said, "Stop or I will taser you," in her words, she pulled out her black Glock gun, and Mr. Wright resisted arrest, and she actually shot him with her Glock and killed him. Now, her defense and her defense team is stating that it was an accident, she didn't mean to shoot him, and that she thought she was using a taser. Now, the prosecutor for the state is saying that, how could this be? A taser is not black. A taser is bright yellow. A taser is 2 pounds, 11 ounces. A Glock is almost 7 pounds. So how could it be that Miss Potter, the officer, thought that she was holding a taser gun when she was holding a black Glock that weighed 3 times as much. How could it be that she thought it was a taser? And also, I would like to say that I would be very afraid if I had a black Glock pointed at my face and an officer was saying, "Stop, or I will taser you." I would not want to submit myself to arrest under any circumstances if that was me in those circumstances. Now, I am a cute, blonde, white woman. I live in California, where this is the home of O.J. Simpson. This is the home of, riots that happen frequently when these types of trials are underway. And there's a lot of racial tension here, but we are also a place where we're a deep blue state. And we are a place where when things like this happen, riots break out in our streets. Los Angeles is the place where the Rodney King riots occurred. So given that our state in California is a place where we have sympathy for a 20-year-old black man being held at gunpoint, and there is much more outrage when something like this occurs. I think in Minnesota, there are also racial tensions, but I also think that there is more sympathy for a white female cop who is pulling over a black male and feels fear for some reason when he doesn't submit to her request to be apprehended. And I feel that the court system in Minnesota is going to look at this differently than the court system in Los Angeles. So I do feel that Miss Potter felt fear for this young man resisting arrest, but I also feel that this young man felt a lot of fear having a 7-pound black Glock pistol pointed at his face. I also feel that there is a lot of tension between the African American community and all police departments, whether that's in South Central Los Angeles or in Minnesota and in all cities. So thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday. This is coming to you from Law Media Inc. and Injury Law Experts. We have seen in the last few months, if not years, several cases involving police and young black males and females where there have been shootings and death. And we understand at Injury Law Experts that many people are afraid to take their case to court or to hire an attorney on their behalf. This is mostly because there is something called qualified immunity. And qualified immunity means that police departments in particular are protected under the law from these types of lawsuits. But here at Injury Law Experts, we know, and our team of attorneys know, that that is changing. The courts are now hearing many of these cases and taking them in to more serious consideration. Police officers no longer can hide behind the guise of qualified immunity when they have unjustly injured or even killed a person of color just because they wear a badge. I wanted to thank you for joining us today at Injury Law Experts. We hope you have a wonderful holiday, and thanks again.